I'll show you. Hey there, so we are live, and tonight is we wanted to do a theme, and I bought a new T-shirt, so that actually made me think of the theme of tonight's video. I was walking through Walmart. We were on our way out, and I went back to look for some Fanta, which I didn't find.
I kind of, you're like a child when it comes to movies.
I need my Fanta.
Like, we're like up at the
Oh,
getting food, and you're like, we're getting everything ready to go on the truck, and you're like, I'll be back, and you like run away for like 10 minutes, and we're like, where did he go? And you come back with a movie, and we're like, okay,
no,
Dad.
no, he didn't tell me to get that.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, because him didn't know where you were at first.
Oh, she knew. We're up the counter, and
Okay.
and him was like, how much is Rampage? Is Rampage still at Walmart? I said, yeah. He said, go get Rampage, because I said we'll do a movie
Okay.
night, because I bought popcorn.
Me and Wes had no idea where you were. You
No.
ran out, you came
was
back,
after that
and
too.
then and then we're like, okay, so he's done. He's like, I'll be right back, and then you leave for another like
No, that
couple
was-
minutes, and we're like, where did
That-
it go?
That was legit him, basically telling me to go get the movie. So I ran to get the movie and came back in. As I was going
It's like a
coming
kid
back
in
through.
a candy store.
I was looking for
like, you
Fanta.
run away and then
For
come
the
back
movie.
with a movie.
No, that was not that one. I would have got a quiet place. I want to see that one actually.
Oh, yeah.
Though I hear like mixed reviews on it. All right, guys, we are here. We're talking animation tonight. I picked up one 4K today, as you guys just heard about. Hind had been wanting to see this one, and we thought it was kind of a fun one with The Rock, so we picked up the Rampage. We figured everybody could watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was probably a better fun family like movie to watch
Than A
than
Quiet
say
Place.
like The Quiet Place.
Well, I was worried at first because there's the ape, and the ape is kind of like likable and lovable like George.
Oh yeah.
And Hind gets bothered by like animals getting hurt. So this was kind of like it was an iffy one to grab, but
I was really upset the whole movie.
you thought that.
Just like I was upset because like George, like he didn't deserve it.
No, of course not. That's the whole thing behind it.
Because he was sad.
I would love to see a George movie.
He was scared, and I
He's
was
such
like,
a lovable boy.
I was so sad because he was just so scared the whole time.
If you guys haven't seen Rampage, it's actually really good. And I don't want to give away the ending, but thank you, The Rock, for changing the ending from what it was to what it is when I watched it. Way better. And I would have hated the film if they went with the original ending. I probably would have sold it like immediately. I did look afterwards to see what the original ending was, and I didn't like it. I'm not even sure, is it on here? Did they do it? I know the director was kind of upset with The Rock because for wanting the ending changed, but the director was wrong. Like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, the director just wanted to go for the cheap, easy, like obvious thing.
So my cousin Raj got me some really cool things. Actually, he brought them out to me, and I forgot to show them on camera. So these are actually kind of cool. These are really neat, and they kind of fit with the animation that we're doing tonight. We're talking about animation. Got a bit of debate on like modern day versus older animation. They're going to kind of team up on me, but they always do when it comes to stuff. And I got some of these CD-ROM comic books. Nowadays, of course, you got comicology and stuff like that. But this is like pre-comicology, guys.
Yeah.
This is, we got Aquaman here. War of the... And you open it up, it kind of has like you got the disc. And I really love the way these are done, actually.
Speaking of Comixology, do you know how many comic books I own on Comixology?
How many?
436, I think.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
We got like the Superboy, Spies from
read-
Outer Space,
I've read about 300 of those.
Superboy comic books.
No. Though I've read a lot of Superboy comics. I've read 300 of the 436 I own, currently, on Comixology.
I love this Batman one.
Batman, however, I've probably read over 300 comics.
Everybody's got chins in this one, huge chins. I like that. I want to do the animation on these.
Batman.
Oh, I
Are
got
you
a chin.
prepared for the chins?
And what's really cool is these are all like, I'm not sure if there were second editions that came out or something, but these are all first editions. I gotta say, you guys are quiet tonight. I'm guessing none of our regulars are here yet because super quiet.
We just started like a minute ago.
Ah, Superman, the mysterious Mr. Mist. So are there other ones? I think I may actually have all of these. I think I've got a complete collection.
What did his head turn into Dash? Oh my god.
I think this is from like a lot of this they said here used like early like 60s style like animate from the 60s animated TV shows that they use. Aquaman probably had the worst animation from back then.
Wow.
Alright, that's...
He looks like a 2D drawing of Fred from Scooby-Doo.
He does kind of look like Fred.
All right, so tonight we are going to talk about a few different things, but one thing we're going to talk about is anime. First, let's talk about Rampage for a second. Who liked Rampage?
I loved Rampage. Rampage was awesome.
I liked it.
It was a blast all the way through.
I thought it was good.
It's pretty much the the definition of an action film.
Yeah.
It's all action all the way. Hey, Movie Mac, welcome.
Hey.
We got our first comment.
Yeah.
I can't check the comments on my phone because my phone's dying.
Oh,
My phone's like a little bit down as well.
but we could use mine check comments on. I wonder. I think mine's
Probably.
at 73.
Oh, someone just bought it.
You just bought Rampage? I really liked it. I love the ending for it. If you want to use it, you can.
I liked the games, the original games they're based off of, so I was excited to see that.
Yeah, it was fun. We got to see like the three of them. We got like.
Oh my!
Okay, well, let's turn down the sound
It's
first.
really loud.
You're gonna get me hit with like copyright, by the way, guys.
That
Uh,
was an ad.
Okay, good. Okay. No, so yeah, we loved Rampage. Great film. Loved the ending of the film, and I would have been really upset if it had ended any other way. But we're talking about animation tonight, and we're thinking of like our favorite animated shows. And just for fun, we'll start out like, and I mean you'll do this one probably more than you will, because
Yeah.
I'll start with the superhero part of the animation. I'm going to give you time to kind of gestate and think about the some of your favorite shows. Now I'm going to try and move this over a bit so that we can actually see Wes. Superhero animation. Today I got my I set up the Amazon Fire Stick. So my better half, Lind.
Who is Lynn?
Lind. I like that. I say Lind. Lind. But my better half is
How are you doing, Les?
less super friends all the way. Ah, yes. Anyway, my better half Hind. Basically, she loves. I was going to say Lane, Cartoon Lane. Remember? And so she loves this new one called Cartoon Lane, and it's basically it shows like old, famous studios animation over and over again. And we watched like some Popeye and some Betty Boop. We watched a bunch of Superman, the Fleischer Brothers stuff, and Means was not really impressed with some of the stuff there.
Well,
And
I don't
thought-
mind the older stuff, though I only like it in moderation. I will say they did do a lot of I was like, okay, so we've seen a Superman and we've seen a Popeye. That's good. That's good. All right, next is a Betty Boop. All right, here we go, and it's a Superman again.
We did a
Alright,
couple Hermans
and-
there too.
And what?
A couple Herman the Mouse there too.
Yeah, there was Herman the Mouse. And look, it's Superman again. And I was like, I'm sensing a pattern here where they're just kind of doing the same two over and over
Say
again.
something. I heard on the previous video about the bullying situation. It's not me who did it, just so you know. Good. I'm not sure. I was not told. I was just told that it was that somebody that I was told from a couple people that somebody on my channel got bullied, and that bothers me. So no, you definitely don't seem like the guy that would. But you know. Thanks for saying that though. That definitely means a lot. It's an awkward thing to talk about, and it's sad when something like that happens. Animation.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to.
Okay.
pull
Hey
it
there,
up.
Polly. How's it going?
Talk on.
So we're talking animation. So basically, what we're going to do, I'm going to mention some superheroes, and I'm going to make an argument for older animation. Right. No negative vibes here. We're all about positivity. Even with these guys, we're all about positivity.
I'm positive. I'm just pragmatic.
Okay, so best Spider-Man cartoon.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
For me, it's the 66 Spider-Man. Wonder Twins. Wonder Twins
I
powers.
love the 60s one because it's so full of memes.
It's cool.
It's so full of memes.
It's like
the 1 second you have Spider-Man doing this regularly, and then the next second he's got his eyes are fire powered and his head is wide, and he's like,
one
"Look at me and my webs."
of the memes. Okay, now the original Spider-Man, the 60s Spider-Man. Again, there's a nostalgia factor for me that I'll be honest with, but I just thought everything hit Right. They did a lot of comic books. Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, amazing show. And I don't have it, you know. I don't have Spider-Man. The '80s Spider-Man cartoons were really good actually, and they did some really good like takes on the characters. So Spider-Man and Amazing Friends really goes up there. It's probably my second favorite. Now there, Spider-Man, which also went on around the same time as Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, is an underrated one that doesn't get talked about a lot, but I think that's a good one. But for me, it's actually the original. Paul Soules does the voice. He does a great job as the voice of Spider-Man. I think Christopher Daniel Barnes in the '90s Spider-Man was really good, but Paul Soules just kills it. I think Drake Bell's the one that you watched.
No, you're talking about Ultimate.
Was he in Ultimate?
Yeah, he was Ultimate.
I'm not sure it was in the
Josh Keaton.
Josh Keaton? Okay. But no, I like Paul Soules, and one of the things that really puts it up there is Ralph Bakshi, one of the great animators of all time. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would definitely count as superheroes.
Sure
we'll get to
move on
Teenage
that
Mutant
one.
Ninja Turtles. Don't worry.
And I'm sure we'll
All right,
differ in that one too.
yeah, we probably will actually. But
I don't know if there's gonna be one more like the same one.
animation. Maybe Kino can release some Scooby Doo or Looney Tunes. I would love to see that. I got the Looney Tunes. See, the Looney Tunes were coming out in the Platinum editions on Blu-ray, but they canceled them because they didn't sell very well. But no, I do. I got to say, Ralph Bakshi, the 60 set is hard to get now. Yeah, I got it actually. Just over there. I'll actually bring it over. I'll show you some of my favorite animation sets in a little bit. We'll do to Laserdisc again. So, did you watch Spider-Man cartoons at all? Do you have a favorite?
I wasn't really into Spider-Man.
All right, so let's go on to the next one.
Whoa! I didn't get to present any of my thing. I just said what the name was.
Okay.
You get to do your big thing. I was waiting for you to finish. So I
Okay.
can do
Oh,
my
okay.
thing.
We'll go for it.
All right, Josh Keaton. You're like, oh man, everything hits. All right, so just like points here going through for Spectacular Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy's finally an interesting character. It adapts a lot of the comic book storylines in a lot of really interesting ways. It's probably the best version of the Venom storyline I've seen, period. Better than the comics.
Can I say one thing before you go any further?
What?
The original Spider-Man cartoon was done in 1966. It adapts a lot of the original Spider-Man stories. There was no Gwen Stacy or any like long-going story arcs at this point. A lot of them were like kind of like single or two-issue things.
You're right. It didn't
So-
have as much to pull
so-
from.
No, so in actuality, it actually really is a good adaptation.
It's a good adaptation, but
Of,
doesn't make
of
it
the comic
the
book.
best. See, what makes this one, it's not a one-to-one adaptation. It's just a really smart adaptation. I like the Venom arc here more than I do the comics. Way more. I absolutely...
From the Anime Series from
That
90s.
was
Was,
pretty good.
I loved Spider-Man Anime Series from 90s.
They adapt things that you wouldn't be able to do for kids in kind of a smart way, like Harry's drug addiction comes into it. Gwen Stacy is super interesting. Mary Jane is presented in a really like nice way. Everyone is interesting. There's even nice moments with Flash.
The animation you were not a fan of when
I
originally
wasn't
saw it.
originally a fan of the animation, and I think that's because I had watched, like, as a kid, like, a lot of animation is kind of samey, and I wasn't sort of used to the new, different style for it, but it grew on me, and I think it's one of the things that, like, allows me to understand different styles, because it's a very different style.
Oh,
And
very.
At first, it doesn't, like, if you're just, like, a purist to the comics, it's gonna, like, freak you out. But it absolutely works. It works in the action of it. It works, like, seeing stills. Like, I know like, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know about this. It was initially stills, which you can never judge anything by stills. You gotta judge it by how it moves, and it moves really well. And also, the Goblin's got a nice voice. And Tombstone, there's so many villains, there's so many things.
Well,
I'm sad that it did not get a season 3 due to it being sold
to Disney.
back to Disney.
For me, I liked it. I really liked it. I can't say anything bad about the show. It took me a while to get used to the animation too, same as you. I didn't initially enjoy the animation. It actually kept me out of the show for a bit. But once I actually watched it, loved all the Marvel cartoons from the 60s. Yeah, they're actually really cool. And the thing is, you don't have to have perfect animation to have a good cartoon. Well, a lot of the best cartoons, if you go look back on them, the ones that actually stand the test of time, some of the animation is actually pretty crappy, but it's just the love and stuff that they put into a lot of this stuff. A lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff uses stock animation. The Spider-Man stuff has some pretty bad animation. Rough
That's why
Back
there's so many memes
use like
in it.
Yeah, I
stock
love
of
it.
stock animation over and over. They do a really good origin story with that. They do some really trippy stuff and some different stuff that was well beyond its years for the time that was done. Bakshi was like was pretty revolutionary, and you have to understand that although Ralph Bakshi's films, yeah, we are actually waiting for that. We're going to pick up Volume 3. We got the first 2 volumes of the Pink Panther. Would be more like more fancy, more fluid. He's working with a TV budget, and he was working with his crew, doing the best he could under those circumstances. But he had a great voice cast. They represented the comic book, the same as the Spectacular Spider-Man represented the modern day comic book. They definitely represented the '60s comic book
Spider-Man at
across
that
the board.
like year was like what, only like 3 or 4 years old.
It was like it was
the
new.
actual character
You gotta
was,
understand, it was new. It was really fresh, and Souls was just really good. I'm a real huge fan of Souls, and it like did my heart good watching that the second Hulk movie and seeing him play the guy that ran the diner. Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. So next up, let's go with one that's gonna be easy. I know what you're gonna say, and I know what I'm gonna say. Okay. Superman.
The '90s series. I just absolutely love the '90s series. When it comes down to it, it's only like it's a 2 series. Actually, no. There is another one that I think you should choose, but you're not going to do it.
Okay, my favorite Superman series is
Let's see if you do it.
Hold on. Hold on a second.
I'm interested here because there's another one, and it might be the one that Dad's choosing because there's more than 2.
There's a few Superman shows.
And
But as much as I love the Fleischer brothers, and I still think their animation definitely like stands the test of time, I really love the Ruby Spears Superman series. Not only is this a really cool series, and actually is the first time that Lex Luthor is done right. In my opinion, Lex Luthor becomes like the corporate guy. Yeah. In this is the first time Lex Luthor's been like that. So he's been like in the suits and been the evil scientist. But Lex Luthor turns corporate here, and they have these really short, like little cartoons, basically, like going through Superman's like early life when he's a baby, when he's a teenager, his early years. It's really cool. And this is I'm really proud to have this cartoon. Ruby Spears did a great job. It should have lasted much longer. It only lasted like 13 heroic episodes. And it's by far and large the best representation of Superman. I do like the 90s one. 60s Superman's Your Cartoon Superman. That's actually really good, and I got that one over there as well. And it is really fun. Especially, did Bud Collyer do any of the early Superman cartoons? Because he did an amazing job on the radio show. And, of course, the early animation stuff. Pat Cartoon's amazing. Pat Cartoon? Am I missing something? I probably am. I'm probably not getting it. It's probably something I'm thinking of. But
I will say I find the 2 very close. Like
the thing that beats that, I think, and I do like Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor, but overall, I did find, and I hate to say this, as much as I liked Batman the Animated Series, and we'll get into that in a little bit. I think that Superman the Animated Series wasn't as good. It was a little. There were a few episodes that were
as good.
Episodes. There were some good episodes, but there were more weak episodes. And it ran, was it 2 or 3 seasons, right?
Yeah.
But this ran 13 episodes, and it's more memorable to me than that. We get like some really cool like villains in here, just some great stuff, and it's the only one to do like the Superman family album to take on like the early years of Superman. No one else did that, and for me, that's the winner.
I'm not as big a fan of the early years per se, so it's not like I like.
Oh, that okay.
I don't know. I like.
I was trying to figure that out.
The adaptation of For the Man Who Has Everything. I liked the series ender, which has one of the coolest like lines, and honestly, the best interpretation of Darkseid. Darkseid is excellent in that series.
I think Darkseid was better when he went on into the Justice League series actually.
He only showed up once though. He only shows up at the very end of the series, and like a lot of people
But
remember.
he makes a strong appearance.
Yeah,
in it.
he does make a strong appearance. A lot of people remember that scene where like Superman talks about how he can let loose and like beats on Darkseid. But for me, the most memorable part of Darkseid in that entire like Tim universe was the end of the series has Superman has been missing for a little while, and he comes back as a warrior for Darkseid. He's been brainwashed with stuff, and he does like a lot of. He doesn't kill anyone, but he does a lot of terrible like shit.
Yeah,
and
I do think it was a great show, but I think it was a more uneven show.
He gets out of it, but he only gets out of it by the sacrifice of police officer Dan Turpin, who's based off of God. What's his name again? He's based off of famous like it might have been Schuster. But he snaps out of it. He's pissed. He goes to Apocalypse and just whoops the shit out of Darkseid. He absolutely destroys him. To the point where Darkseid tries to fire his Omega Beam and he just puts his hand on his face and it blows the helmet off of him.
But
I'm not done here. There's a cool line coming up.
Okay, go. Can we get to the cool line?
He's
other shows.
He's beaten down. Like Darkseid is completely.
It's a 90s Superman series.
Darkseid is completely like destroyed, and he's pretty much like, you're off. Like you're free now. He's down, and some of his like people come from the pits and like bring him up, and like lift him up and help him, and he's completely shocked. And Darkseid's like, to you I'm like a dictator. To them I'm God. And he just brings him off, and Superman leaves, and they never
really?
like in complete disgust. Yeah, they do actually.
Good and bad when it comes to some of the new DC stuff. To be honest with you, some I love, some I don't. It's a good episode, but unfortunately, it's not a good representation of the series overall. That is a very strong episode, but there are, in my opinion, there's more weak than strong in that series, and there's no Super Baby.
I don't care about Super Baby.
No Super Baby.
I don't.
No
care
Super
about
Boy.
Super Baby.
What about Superman's
The only
adventures
time I like
as a
Super-
teen?
The only time I like
What about his adventures as a
Superboy
teen?
was in live action.
Yeah, which one?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know, but which one? There's two of them.
After the first season.
Oh, Gerard Christopher.
After the first season, it's brilliant. Except for the one big stinker of that show.
Don't say
which is Mr. Mixie Spitalik.
But he does look like the character from the comic, though. You gotta give him that.
Yeah,
Michael J.
if you,
Pollard
like,
does.
grew him to a regular-sized person, and some things just cannot be adapted to live action perfectly.
Well, you gotta remember the time it was done into.
Yeah. I don't know, though. Like, remember episodes like The Path Not Taken? There were some good, dark, realistic episodes, and then there were episodes where he came in the full comic book costume and walked around and was like, I'm gonna make you guys my parents today.
Okay. This basically, let's talk about the Justice League.
Well, I mean, Justice League. Justice League Unlimited is the best.
Super Friends.
You cannot be serious on this one.
I'm totally serious.
You are totally
I
wrong.
love the Super Friends.
Yeah, they're fun and cheesy and great. Justice League Unlimited is just better. It's 100% better. It delves in deeper with more interesting characters. A lot of characters you would never see the light of day.
70s version.
Oh, 70s version's fine. But characters would never see the light of day, and other things like the Question becomes really big. You get to see
I do remember
Captain
the Crypto series.
Atom.
That was fun, actually.
You get to see like all sorts of stuff. The
But
Justice
you
Lords
get to see
episodes.
people in the original Super Friends too.
Not really.
Re-
Some.
Hey Ben, how's it going? We're talking animation. The Wonder Twins.
Don't you start me.
The
They
Wonder
came
Twins.
from there. That's not a showing a character who wouldn't be shown regularly.
Cyborg.
They created that. Cyborg is huge now.
He was
Cyborg
and he
wasn't as huge
started
back then.
in the Galactic Guardians.
That's
the
cool.
last series of the Super Friends
No,
actually
like
was really good.
I think Galactic Guardians is great. I don't think it's as good as Justice League Unlimited, but it does make a lot of strides.
Hin
It
would
shows a lot
really
of
agree with you on that.
What?
Hin would really agree with you on that.
Yeah.
She loves the Justice League. That's her one of her favorites.
It's and all right. Things just like remember the last episode where they have that one beautiful moment where you just see dozens of characters that are coming out together, including all the Ditko characters. Like you see
That's really
the
good.
Creeper and the Creeper coming out with the question, all these other people. Like they have so many good episodes. The Justice Lords episodes. The like. Oh, God.
What about the
Luthor Brainiac team.
What about in the Super Friends when they fight Dracula?
I don't care about Dracula.
Justice League Unlimited is much better than Justice League.
was.
Yeah. See, I'm not even going with Justice League. I'm going with the Super Friends. My favorite, like getting all the supers together like that, is Super Friends. I just thought it was fun, and I love the Justice League Unlimited. I do. I think it's a fantastic cartoon. Is it a better cartoon? It's definitely a better written cartoon. But I just enjoy watching the Super Friends more. So I got to go with what I enjoy more, and what I enjoy more is the cheesy, fun, like early stuff.
I enjoy more serious, like really well adapted stories, and that's what Justice League Unlimited was.
Let's go with Batman.
Good. What?
Let's go with Batman.
Batman the animated series. We can't. Dad, you can't say anything else. There's nothing else unless you want to say like Scooby Doo meets Batman and Robin.
Actually, that wasn't very good. But no, actually, I do agree with you. This is going to be a boring one for us, but yeah, we both agree on that one. So we're just going to go on. We'll take.
Nobody's going to say the Batman.
That was horrible animation. But what overall? Like I like that series. Now the Clayface storyline in the Batman was excellent, well done, really well done, and a shocker of a storyline.
I
don't
think it was horrible.
The Joker was a horrible representation.
It wasn't horrible animation. The style itself.
Oh, off-topic question. Definitely ask away. We always take any and all quite.
Well,
we are always swerving off topics, so go ahead and ask.
Well, you're asking that. I'll point out. Oh, wait.
It's an episode of Justice League where the alternative. That is one of my favorite episodes, actually.
That is
my favorite episode.
No, the animation for the Batman isn't bad. It's the design for like. There's a difference between bad animation and bad
design
and
like Thundercats Roar.
I brought up that
like
point too. There's a difference between bad art design and bad animation.
Yeah, exactly.
You did actually bring that up.
It's got not all of it's bad. Like some of the designs are great,
Scripts
but there's a lot of.
I think they do. I don't see why they wouldn't. Usually, when a company doesn't ship to a PO box, that's usually because they're going with with kind of a purelator. Very edgy adult title. Watchmen is in my top 3. Adult title when it comes to like superhero stuff.
I mean, I like Watchmen.
I like Watchmen, but it's not my if comic book, or you mean like the movie adaptation. If you mean like a comic book, I love Kurt Busiek's Secret Identity. It's one of my favorite Superman stories of all time. If you haven't read that, that's definitely read it. It's actually fantastic.
As edgy and adult, but
that's cool. Narrative, narrative. Wouldn't you like to have a narrative Super Friends, like just narrating your life overall?
It's cute.
It'll be cool.
No.
Sin City is great. So I like Sin City, though the guy that wrote it is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Super crazy.
Terrible. I don't like any of Frank Miller's stuff.
Well, he's like super racist too, man.
He's super racist.
Did you ever read Holy Terror?
No, I would never.
Yeah,
he's super crazy.
Horrifying.
I don't even think a lot of what we give him credit for, he deserves.
Though I
think that his Batman was absolutely garbage. People say that
New Scream Factory titles. We are too, actually. Actually, I spoke yesterday. I did a whole video on the Scream Factory titles, and we pretty much are down for almost all of them. I am especially even Screamers, which I think is the least of the titles. New Shockwaves episode is coming up, podcast, and they're going to be talking with Scream Factory, and they're going to be talking about the titles. So just keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, a lot of people say like, oh man, like whatever you say about Frank Miller, Dark Knight Returns is great, and so is Batman Year One. Batman Year One is absolutely garbage, and so is Dark Knight Returns.
Okay, I don't like the Dark Knight Returns. I'm going to be honest there, guys. I've never liked the Dark Knight Returns.
He doesn't write a good Batman. He doesn't understand who Batman is.
He doesn't understand Catwoman, isn't it?
He doesn't understand any one of the characters.
The worst thing one of the worst things I ever read is All Star Batman and Robin.
All Star is garbage, and a lot of people say that's where he like went downhill.
Had the New Adventure Batman. What was the name of this little alien? It's like, Oh,
Batmite.
Batmite. Teen Titans are my favorite new shows. You mean like the original Teen Titans or like the Teen Titans Go series? Both are good in a different way.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we talked about this before we got on camera.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the and Wes made a good point saying like the animation style for Teen Titans Go like was very different than the original animation style because and Spawn I liked. Spawn is so much better than the film, but because it was aimed at a different audience. But I just personally I liked the original Teen Titans series a bit. But I do like Go. I think it's funny and
Well,
fun.
you can't compare them.
But
Go-
you did. You originally did. Now you.
No, I didn't. Here's the thing. You constantly like everybody was like they're not the same. They're not the same. They're not the same. The thing is, no, they're not. They're different shows. It's like Go is a comedy. That's why it's designed like it is. It doesn't have the same action-oriented, anime-inspired character design.
No, it's more along the lines
because
of
it's
DC.
got the more chibi, like fun style to
I
it.
used to 6, so I'll go. Yeah, basically, yeah, it is like DC Nation is like it's really going towards the DC Nation crowd. Teen Titans Go is that's kind of what it is. The episode when the Titans were in the back messing with Batman stuff.
That
fun.
was
It
a
was.
really fun episode. There's a lot of good episodes of that. Like if you're looking for
Hey,
more
Carlos,
action,
welcome.
If you're looking for more action, you'd obviously and more serious storylines, you'd obviously go for the original Teen Titans. If you
It's
want
more
to
humor driven, yeah.
put something on for
But
fun. And
the
like, laugh
original
at,
Teen
yeah.
Titans cartoon was so good. It was
Oh,
really
absolutely.
good. And Young Justice, which is coming back out, that's actually good.
Oh man,
The Spawn movie gets an R-rated reboot. Actually, I would like to see that. Not much Spawn.
would that be a category?
Spawn's not the main character of it. You know that, right?
Would that be a category? Teen Titans and Young Justice? They're kind of the same thing. Like, they are technically different teams.
No, I don't like Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. Actually, I was
No.
really not a fan of it at all. Michael J. White was a good Spawn. He's just put in a bad movie. But the Frank Miller stuff that I like is his Daredevil work. I liked his work on Daredevil. He
Never
did
heard
seem to
Daredevil.
get the character of Daredevil like really well. That was his best work, I think, and I like the Ann Nocenti stuff that came afterwards as well. But
I've never been a big like, I like Marvel, but not as
But
much as I do
if you
DC,
watch
so
the
I haven't
Daredevil
read-
TV series, like the one that came on Netflix, that's pretty much the Frank Miller Daredevil. Tom McFarlane did really amazing Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, I like this when they gave his own comic too. He did like some really trippy, kind of really cool stuff and neat artwork and stuff when he got his own comic just titled Spider-Man. They literally did give him his own comic to try and keep him there. Didn't work, but they tried it anyway.
What's our next?
What's the next one?
Maybe we could get to something I can comment on.
That's, all right. Well, I
Actually,
mean,
tell you what, let's start on some of our favorite animation shows. We'll go across the board. We're going to let you go first. Talk about one of your favorite animated series, and you start.
Just
Come
one.
on, last.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're going to go around. Like we're going to do round
Okay,
robin.
I think I don't know if I can put them in a specific order.
You don't have to pipe in order if you want to. Just some of your favorite shows.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Phineas. And
I'll get to
Ferb.
Fin-
Yeah, really. Okay. Listen,
I
it
can't-
was really fun. Like it was really fun, and I liked how they had they designed things, and like the episode where they went to.
Honestly, I cannot dispute that. Phineas and Ferb has a really out there premise, but it completely works.
It does. It works so well. It was really fun, and it also.
And that's one where a modern day animation style does work with the show that's done. Young Justice is a really great cartoon.
That's what I'm going to talk about. Young Justice. Because Young Justice is, hands down, just the best superhero animated show.
Batman always had it.
It is, hands down. There's an
Original Teen Titans.
when it comes down to it, there's an episode about I think 5 episodes into the first season where they fight Mr. Twister, and it was then when I saw the fluid. I'm big on combat.
Worst
And,
Joker though, man.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. It had a couple duds like the Joker and the Riddler, but
Adam West, he did not. Adam West
Just-
just a different way. I'll get to that.
it was perfect. The animation style was perfect. It didn't really adapt too many stories. It did its own thing, and I kind of liked that. It made every character likable. It made characters you don't care about, like Speedy, really interesting. It made its own version of Artemis, who was great and should be in the comics, but isn't for some reason. It also understood that you know who the best Flash is? It's Wally. It's always going to be Wally. It's not Barry. Nobody cares about Barry. DC.
I care about Barry.
Oh, give it up. Even you grew up with Wally.
Yeah, well, my college years were Wally. Yeah.
Your college years were Wally. That was when you'd be reading a lot of the comic books.
Mike Wieringo.
Everybody grew up with Wally.
But he got bad.
What?
It got bad. I mean, after the later Wally stuff got pretty bad.
Some of the early Wally stuff was great.
Oh,
but here's the thing.
yeah.
For like 20, DC has got to stop being like, well, I don't know. People aren't exactly liking
Vendetta
this
was
one.
groundbreaking. That is one I will say. I agree.
They don't like it is because they want to be back
V
to
for
the
Vendetta.
original. No, it's because you've got to stop, like, steering it in weird directions. People love Wally. People liked Kyle. People really like Stephanie. We don't need the old people coming back into their suits again.
I don't agree with that with a lot of them. Like Barry definitely has come back and done a great job, especially in the
I've
Barry
never
of
been
now.
interested in Barry. Wally is my
I mentioned
Flash.
the other day I found a few 8mm. I love 8mm stuff. Well, I got some actually.
Wally will always be my Flash. He's much more interesting. I like his dynamic. I love his family. I like Bart as well. I think that moving forward is the way you should go, not moving back. And using moving back to fix things isn't a way to actually fix things. If you're noticing,
We're gonna
that
get Gravity Falls actually.
maybe characters aren't working as much.
Continued with
You're right.
Top.
Let's move on past to that and then go back to yours.
What
Go
do you
ahead.
mean?
I'm like,
I do remember Shaolin Showdown.
Point. I was trying to talk about a good point.
You already talked about this point.
No,
The
to
fact that
you,
Young
not on
Justice was
camera.
great.
Okay. I was actually reading the comments and stuff down below, and somebody said they were surprised that I didn't like The Dark Knight Returns because they think about Batman back to the edginess. But the thing is, Batman was already edgy.
Absolutely.
He hadn't lost it. When you go back to like the '60s Batman, the Adam West Batman's actually rewatch that show. It's way more adult than you think it is. But
70s Batman, the one who came before Dark Knight Returns.
my favorite horror comics
was
are the EC. Is the
absolutely
EC line.
badass.
I did grow up with the House of Mystery stuff though, and I really love that. I remember the iVampire stuff. But I was asked what was it? One of my favorite animated series is right. For me, oh god, for the first one, and I had to choose. It's gonna be easy. And you guys are gonna know this one. It's Robotech. Robotech is one of my favorite animated shows. It left and one of my favorite animated series.
Hold up. Are we using anime?
Yeah, because but that's not just
Animation.
yeah.
Well, it is.
It is animation. It's not just anime. Like it was
My next
literally
one
shown.
would be An anime.
And
Okay, well, that's fine.
Well, as long as
but
cool with that one, yeah.
but yeah, I really loved Robotech. I grew up like watching Robotech. It's the first time in a cartoon where I actually got to see like a character like die and a main character. It was a huge shock. I was really invested into the whole Rick Hunter storyline, and I just loved everything about Robotech. I
will
really
say-
enjoyed it. It was
It looks good. Like, I can't get into it because I'm not a person who's into big robots. Except for Transformers.
see,
That's-
it's not so much about the big robots as much as it is.
I don't like Gundam.
We might be careful what you say about Laserdiscs. Me, apparently someone said about Laserdiscs.
Oh.
Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Gundam's amazing. My better half, her favorite is Mazinger actually, but she loves Gundam.
Alright, so I guess yours is back to Wes then.
Yeah, your turn.
Okay, what about you?
No,
No, it's your turn.
she talked.
You did?
Yeah, we're doing
I
it
said
round
Young
robin.
Justice, and then
Oh!
I got to say a little bit about it, and then I got off track.
You did. You get off track sometimes.
Okay.
Robotech, yes. You reached and watched it. It's really good. The Macross saga is the best part.
Next, I'm gonna go probably with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Because the animation was so freaking perv. Amazing!
The story is absolutely
The story is perfect. The characters are perfect. The animation is perfect. It's just perfect.
And it's a sweet... What's 64 episodes?
The GoBots.
Yes.
It is a...
I remember the
It
GoBots.
is a sweet 64 episodes. Not a single episode feels out of place. It is a
No,
continuous
it's
story,
amazing.
beginning, middle, and end with no filler, and I love it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I guess it's back to me.
Yeah.
I am going to say, in a similar vein.
Sometimes I like it actually.
You know what? Actually, I'm not going to use that one just yet. I'm going to use a different one. I absolutely love Gargoyles.
Great show.
90s
Great show.
series. It was Disney's answer to Batman the Animated Series. I think in some like.
I don't want to really like talk about the like I don't want to like single out like the person. I think that wouldn't be right. But there was somebody on a previous stream that a couple of people let me know that felt was being bullied and was told things like go, leave, don't belong, or that type of thing. And I don't put up with that stuff. That's I'm legitimately the person that although got bullied in school would beat up people that was bullying other people. That's what I did. Dark, dangerous.
So to go to my like Gargoyles, it was what was it again? It was
that's Street Sharks.
What's it again? It was the answer for Disney to the darker stories of Batman the Animated Series. I honestly like it more than Batman the Animated Series, just because I love the mythology of it. I love the characters. Nothing gets more creamy and beautiful than Goliath's voice. It is
Creepy
an
Girl is
astoundingly perfect show.
Mark Hamill is too.
It has some of the most serious episodes, including the gun episode, which
The anti like gun episode.
yeah,
Love
which,
that episode.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I heard that. Wants to bring back Keith David and reboot Gargoyles.
I would 100% be down for that.
Jordan Peele would do a great job.
Oh,
That's okay, Sylvie. I understand. I understand your frustration. If you, sadly, that does the drama part comes into it sometimes, and I really try to keep that off my channel. So let's keep the love alive. Let's
But
be
yeah,
all community hippies here.
every single bit of Gargoyles was an excellent show. I could watch it over and over and over again.
Oh, we understand that. We don't anything bad, but I said 8mm pre-existing.
Well, just because it's older doesn't mean it's better.
Sometimes
See,
it
the
does.
perfect thing is the big circle, which blesses you all with its amazing ratio and stopping abilities, frame by frame.
So
Your turn.
my next one, I'm trying to put like a Fritville is my favorite horror. Oh,
That's my favorite horror movie.
Tox
So,
Crusader. I'm trying
like,
to
you don't
think.
need to worry about that.
One of my other favorite favorite shows, like an animated show that I just really liked, and I can't place it, but I know that it's here somewhere. I'm actually a huge fan of the old G.I.
Oh.
Joe series.
God.
Yeah, it took you a minute.
Well, I was like, Dad's standing up to look for something, and I was like, oh.
No, but I did like the old G.I. Joe stuff. Hey, Henry, welcome, dude.
Sorry, I'm choking up on the spit.
You okay?
I'm good.
You need to go get a drink?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
But no, I love G.I. Joe was definitely that was a joke. Actually, I do like G.I. Joe. It's not not in my top favorites. But you know what is in my top favorites? Some
God,
things.
no.
Yes, you do. It's really bad, but it's bad in a good way. Transformers, and I'm not sure if it's. And I think that Beast Wars was really good as well. Do I remember the show Mask? I do. Was it Mobile Armored Strategic? What the with.
Mobile armor.
I forgot. I couldn't remember. It's like a lot of cars in, and they got like these masks.
Yeah, I remember.
Vehicles. It was actually really cool. But no, I like the. I kind of put G.I. Joe and the Transformers almost together. They're like the same type of show. They got that action aspect to it.
Yeah, crossed over a lot in the comics.
He-Man. I love He-Man. We'll get there.
Who's better? Fight me.
Do you remember Jason and the Wheeled Warriors and Silver Fox? Yes, I do. I watch a lot of animation. I got a whole wall of animation back there, guys. And I got everything from Robotech to Darkwing Duck to DuckTales, which is a great show. I do have time to watch animation. I still have a stack of movies to watch. I try to watch a bit of everything. One night, what we did here as a movie night was I showed like an episode, cartoon of what's his name again? The Jaw, Mr.
Or
Jaw.
Jabberjaw.
No, no, it's
No,
Mr.
Mr. Jaw.
Mr. Jaws, and also yeah,
Oh.
and also showed like a serial an episode of the serial Shazam, and Captain Marvel, and I also showed a movie after it. So I did like a kind of like the old school
Makes
style.
sense.
What do I prefer, film capturing animation or 3D? I prefer hand drawn animation. That's what I prefer. Hands down. Hand drawn animation.
I personally am a fan of all of the animations.
Yeah, I don't really have a preference myself, as long as it's good.
I love every animation.
I thought that said X-Men. I was gonna be like Wolverine the X-Men.
Wasn't it? Dr. Claw. It's Dr. Claw. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
The true villain of Inspector Gadget was the films.
The kitty.
That hurt everyone.
The kitty.
What?
The kitty.
Oh yeah.
The kitty.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The realistic. I was supposed to say victims. I didn't want.
Dad, did you say one yet?
I did. I said like pretty much the 80s block, the G.I. Joe Transformers 80s block. That was like it was a bit of a cheat,
Alright,
but
Dad's
that's like you said.
cheating now. That's cool. Hey Wes, you want to say just every movie,
was pretty bad.
everything ever?
No.
No, but okay. Let me think. Oh, I just had one. I just had it.
The modern day like Gadget wasn't as good. Especially the modern day cartoon. I wasn't a big
I
fan of.
didn't see the modern cartoon.
I don't remember what the one I was just gonna say is, but I'll go with Gravity Falls. I loved Gravity Falls. And like
Yeah, on Netflix.
It's absolutely superb.
it just
Jackie Chan, the animated series. That's
I
actually cool.
absolutely love that series.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is excellent. You're right.
Gravity Falls is amazing, and it has a great storyline all the way through. It's got a great arc.
It does. It's
Excellent
great.
mystery.
It's great.
It delivers. It delivers on its like sometimes you get a show that'll like put in little things there and little like hints of stuff, and they'll never really deliver on it. Gravity Falls actually delivers on it.
I know. I like that.
Dexter's Laboratory and Powerpuff Girls are two shows that I really love and are in my collection. I've got the first season of Dexter's Laboratory, but I got the complete
I'm not a
Powerpuff
fan
Girls.
of the regular show.
I'm not.
It's not that like I don't like it. I've never seen.
I remember
it,
the Smurfs. Yeah,
but I've seen
It
enough
was one
like
for me.
gifs of it. that
Snorkels.
I, just,
I remember those too.
I feel like I don't need to see it because I've seen that
I
many.
guess
gifs
it's
of it.
back to me now.
It is.
And I'm gonna say Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I didn't even think about it. It's so great.
It is really great.
Ah!
It's absolutely excellent. Action is
I'm gonna get
superb.
mine next one.
Animation is superb. Some might think it's an anime. It's not, because it's actually made here in the West. It is a Western anime in a way, and it is absolutely. I'm looking forward to complete Blu-ray.
Gravity
Yeah,
Falls series on Blu-ray.
I would absolutely get that.
Johnny Quest.
I was never a huge Johnny Quest person. Star Trek the Animated.
Fraggle Rock.
I mean,
Wait, was that animated?
there was a animated Fraggle Rock, yeah.
Okay.
There was a live action one too, but
I like the live action.
it's a shame the movie happened. Which movie again are we
A
talking
lot
about?
of there's a lot of
There's a lot
movies
of really
we're
bad-
ashamed of.
There was a lot of really ashamed movies that were made from animation. I can think of a couple, Smurfs and Avatar. Yeah, thankfully, like, it doesn't like.
I remember having an Avatar game, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Avatar," but like, it was the movie Avatar.
at
Not
nighttime actually
the
during
show.
a Disney like preview block.
Thankfully, the movie doesn't take away from Avatar itself, which is an excellent show.
I think I saw somebody mention like Elf earlier, right? The cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elf actually was a really good cartoon. Actually, you got to see Elf basically on Melmac as opposed to
I honestly found Alf the cartoon a little bit unsettling.
why?
I don't know. I just
Because he ate cats.
It was a little
Oh,
unsettling.
Sophie mentioned it. Yeah, I really did like it. Actually, I had a really good friend throughout high school. She, there was a couple actually, but there's one in particular, this girl that I knew, and we used to watch the Elf cartoon and write letters back and forth while watching it. And episodes of the Elf cartoon would actually go into our letters. Like we'd say, "I'm watching Elf," and we'd literally sit down and describe. We'd send each other 17-page letters.
Amazing.
Ridiculous.
Samurai Jack, good show, bad animation.
Never watched it.
I
My thought.
disagree with that. Good show, good animation. It's just a different style. Like,
Okay,
I
not
think
my
I keep
style.
saying that.
yeah, that's I think a little hang up you have from time to time is that you don't like. You're more of a traditionalist. You don't get with like newer style, more experimental styles.
Not true,
Which,
but it's just
no.
like certain ones I
Like you
don't like.
mentioned earlier before we were talking about this, how you didn't find Invader Zim's animation that great.
But I love Invader Zim. So my favorite
No,
cartoon.
it's great, but its animation is great too. It's just a different style. Like, it may not like always appeal to you, but animation wise, like in its fluidity and like
That's what I said.
it's
I've
good.
been
It's,
saying this the whole time. Doctors being like, the animation's bad, and I'm like, no,
It's
the
not.
animation is good.
No,
it's just the style. It's the
It's
thing.
the art style.
It's the art style you're not a fan of, and like I can somewhat get with that. Not every art style melds with everyone, but animation wise, like they're well animated. Especially Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is incredibly.
Oh no,
animated.
I will say it's well. Just like
It's
I said,
just the style.
it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Did I watch Space Rangers? Actually, yeah, I think I got. I don't. Do I have Space Rangers out there? I don't think I do. Actually, I did have one
I
once upon a
agree,
time.
Carlos. 2D flow is better than 3D flow.
It absolutely is.
I am like, I don't dislike all 3D animation. I think some of it's like pretty. Like
Yes,
some of
it
can get pretty
can
good,
be good.
but like you,
Yeah.
a lot of people are doing it wrong.
A lot of animes these days have been trying 3D animation, and it just hasn't been working.
Nah.
And I think one of the reasons that it hasn't been working is because people are trying to
Oh yeah, Canada got
adapt
the
2D to
exact same
3D
like programming when it came to
rather than
animation.
understanding that 3D art
Yeah, you
is its
can't
own
just
thing.
like take something 2D and be like, now let's make it 3D. You have to.
It just
like,
doesn't work like that. You
No.
have to redesign it when it's going to 3D.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah. This isn't my favorite Duck.
DuckTales. Ooh.
I'm gonna fight you because Darkwing Duck is better, but
It's you like Super, so like,
yeah, that's true. I do like Super. So.
but Ducktales is really well done. It's well voiced. It's well animated. Actually, didn't mind the new Ducktales animation either. It was iffy at first, but I do like kind of Carl Barks style. Reboot. I got reboot. Actually, I own it.
Reboot.
The
Reboot
original is
is-
fantastic. This is a.
I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, that was in Canada too. Yeah, that and well, we also got Menudo going on in between episodes of Saturday Supercade, and a lot of that stuff here as well.
The Mr. T cartoon.
I remember the Mr. T cartoon. But DuckTales is one of my favorite cartoons. I love. They have great storylines in this one, and it's just really fun. I don't think that you never watched DuckTales. You really should, Polly. It's actually really cool, and it does stand the test of time. Out of all of them, I think it actually. Pac-Man had a cartoon. Leroy, welcome. And yeah, Pac-Man's cartoon usually started around the same time that Saturday Supercade did. Saturday Supercade was a block, Saturday block of like a bunch of like different like video game inspired superhero cartoon programs, with Menudo actually being in the group Menudo actually being in the middle doing like a lot of like songs and stuff like that. But I was a huge fan of Saturday Supercade. You can get some of the Pac-Man stuff on here. Rainbow Bright was cool. That was short lived. I love the my favorite thing about Rainbow Bright is honestly it's killing me.
Sounds like a...
Is it Robot Chicken?
Yes, Robot Chicken.
All right. It is Wes's turn.
Okay, so this is like
Heath
I
is
just
good.
saw this like out of nowhere. Something probably nobody's gonna think of, but was a great show, and it's Canadian. 16.
I love 16.
16 was the best. I lived for that as a kid.
The Halloween special scared me as a child.
It did. It was really freaky. It scared me too, but I loved it. It was so good. Like,
Did
I
you like
gotta
the
watch
follow-up
all of
series?
it again.
Was there a follow-up series?
Well, there was not the same characters, but the same creators made them called Total Drama Island.
Oh yeah, I like
I
that
liked the
too.
first season. I never watched
Yeah,
the
it
first
got.
season.
I liked the earlier stuff, but the later stuff. But 16, amazing. If you haven't seen 16, go watch it. It's amazing. You are not wasting your time. It's perfect.
A runner-up show that can
Okay,
go. I
not
won't put out
perfect.
not on my
Animation of
list,
it wasn't
but one that you can really put
super
with 16 is a show called Undergrads. And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to show it to you guys because it's really
I've
think I've
seen
seen it.
undergrads. I'm not a huge fan.
holiday specials are on.
16 's
Strips.
Halloween.
Yeah, the holiday ones. Well, the classics. I like a lot of the classic stuff. I'm a huge fan of the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Yeah, that's good.
It's that's something you got to watch during
pretty
Christmas
much
time.
every Halloween
Pac-Land.
special. There's so many good Halloween specials.
Right?
Uh,
They're always-
Really, did you ever see the Grinch Halloween special? Because it's not very good.
No, well, that's not an
Oh
animated.
my god, I keep
film.
thinking
It
of
is
great
animated.
ones that I want to add to the list too.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I met the girl that voiced the one of the main characters in Ed, Ed, and Eddie, actually. It's a Nutcracker Scoob.
For
Your
me,
turn.
the next one is it's TMNT. I absolutely love the 2004 Teenage Mutant Ninja
It
Turtles
was
show.
such a monotone. You're like da na 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 na.
Well, I started. I was like, I'm gonna sing
I
it. and was like,
prefer
I'm
the
not gonna
original.
Sing it. It's just great. TMNT is great. Turtles Forever. the
Slayer was
special
anime.
Was
I like that.
absolutely great. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's absolutely awesome. I can sing the whole theme song. I'm not gonna do it.
Thunder the Barbarian is Hayden's favorite cartoon of all time. She's watching when she was a little kid. When she'd go to Disneyland, she'd stay up late. She'd get up early in the morning, stay up late at night, and would show on the Cartoon Network.
Pretty much everything in the 4Kids
Richie Richmond.
like lineup for there. Like I love Sonic X as well, which some people will be like, oh, Sonic animated series. It was superb. It was absolutely excellent. Animation style.
Did
was
I
great.
do that?
Not that one. The Sonic Sat AM was amazing.
Pink Panther. Well, I was like three. Yeah, Pink Panther's cool. My turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
What I could, yeah, I do like the new DuckTales cartoon. I haven't gotten to see much of it yet, but what I've seen, I've liked. I thought I wasn't gonna like the animation, but it does look kind of like Carl, Barks coming off the screen, so that's actually not bad. It's very stylized, but I do like the new style. What I think is one of the greatest cartoons that was ever made, hands down.
Which one? Like the original or?
Well, yes, this is the original.
Well, I don't know what's in that set.
I have a follow up on this one actually.
So do I.
A pup named Scooby Doo.
I know what yours is gonna be, by the way. I knew you were gonna say
I'm
Bob and
adding
Scooter.
this one into this one because this one was one that I wanted to mention, but it goes with this one so well that I don't want to take up a spot with it because I had other ones. To mention.
God, I can't get this thing open right now. Oh, there it is. See,
That's pretty cool.
the original.
Honestly, yeah.
Oh, Pup Named Scooby Doo is not terrible. Pup Named Scooby Doo is really good, and
Um,
I love Red Herring.
Fight me, Carlos.
No,
I love that.
It's Red Herring.
It
Freddy.
is. It's not a cartoon.
It's
Excuse
never a
me. That's good. Except one time it is, and he doesn't guess them.
Yeah.
Now the original Scooby Doo Where Are You is my favorite. The Flintstone Kids. I love the Flintstone Kids, and it had like Captain Caveman and Son. That was awesome. I wish the Flintstone Kids was out on DVD or Blu-ray to buy. I'd buy it in a second. I think I got like I used to have a VHS tape of one of the episodes. Whose turn is
Oh,
it?
it's me again. Okay. Which one?
Because that's the Scooby Doo.
Oh, it's up to you.
Scooby Doo, where are you?
I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna bring up the lesser known one, so probably I'm gonna bring up next Ruby Gloom.
Ruby Gloom was fun.
I really liked Ruby Gloom. There was like a whole bunch of. At the time, there was a whole bunch of ones that were animated very similarly as Ruby Gloom, and I liked a lot of them. I liked a majority of them. It was like
Ghostbusters was awesome.
it was kind of flat, but like
I didn't watch Ruby Gloom, so that's why I really can't tell.
oh, so good.
I didn't watch it.
Ruby Gloom was fun.
I did watch one called
It is
Death
100%
and
my aesthetic.
Mandy.
That's what I
Oh,
loved.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and
The
Mandy.
art
Doesn't matter. I
style
like
was
that one.
like
Yeah, it was fun.
simple, but it was good. It was like decorated, and there was a lot of like details
It
in
was very
it.
good aesthetic. I love
It
that.
was like aesthetically.
Adam's
pleasing.
Family. Wednesday.
All right, so as a counterpoint to Dad's here for me, Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated is the best
Yes.
Scooby Doo series. Imagine if Scooby Doo had an actual plot that was.
They do have a plot.
No, it's not. That's an episode to episode. Like, gosh, I love this eating food. What if it had an actual like overarching plot that was really good? It was a really good
Ghostbusters
mystery.
is awesome.
What if there was like much more like what if Freddy was an actually interesting character and Daphne was too? Daphne's always been fun, but she's funner in this one. What if Freddy and his traps are hilarious. The mystery is great. I loved the Velma and
My favorite
Like-
Freddy is still Pup Named Scooby Doo Freddy.
Okay, but Velma and Shaggy
Velma
was
and Shaggy was
the
amazing.
OT.
Didn't end up together.
I'm
sadly.
gonna give points,
What?
and this is gonna be weird.
They didn't end up together.
They didn't end up together. No.
That makes me upset.
That
We're not
did
gonna
make me
talk
upset.
about that.
I also love the
Kids Next Door, I remember.
the Dream episode at the end of season 1 where they've got like Jabberjaw and like all the other like Hanna-Barbera characters.
It's a great show. It's still not Scooby Doo. Where are you?
It's
Which
much better.
no,
It is super better.
I remember Camp Candy. That's John Candy's
I'm
animated
actually,
series.
by the way, gonna give points to one that's definitely not on my list, but I really like one thing it does. I'm not a huge fan of the animation. Instead of being,
Is that where he's really rich? It's like the
no, that's Scooby Doo and Shaggy Got a Clue.
Oh.
Be Cool is that new one with the weird like.
I did like that one a bit actually.
That one's fine, but what I want to give it points for is their version of Daphne. Instead of
I've seen
being
the Pretty in
like,
Blue.
instead of being like the damsel in distress pretty girl, Daphne's 100% crazy, and like she'll have. There's one episode where she's got like sock puppets that she just spends the entire episode doing. One episode where she goes through the entire episode with a mustache.
She's never been more on Polly. She's cool.
There's one where she's like attempting to break into, I think, her own house. No, there's some place trying to solve a mystery, and the entire time she reveals that she's always wanted to be a jewel thief, and is at the time trying to steal the jewels while trying to solve the mystery. It's really good. Daphne in that series is great, but still, Mystery Incorporated is the best. It's your turn, Pop.
My turn.
I think I showed you clips of like Daphne from Be Cool. She's really good.
I completely forgot what I was going to say. Actually, I really did, and I've watched Be Cool Scooby Doo. No, I think. Oh, will this count? Yeah, it'll count.
If it's animated, it counts.
My favorite anime.
The
show-
Bugs Bunny and Tweety Show. I loved. I grew up watching the Bugs Bunny and Tweety Show. I loved it. I love the animation. I love the. That's how I found it. There were several Scooby. We collect Scooby Doo
There was a
actually.
lot.
Actually, Sophie, we have a collection of Scooby Doo, both
Scooby-Doo,
the
Where
shows
Are
and the
You?
movies.
What's New Scooby Doo? Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. Be Cool Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo and Shaggy Get a Clue.
Don't
Scooby-Doo-
hijack my Looney
well, someone
Tunes.
asked about it. Scooby Doo and 13 Ghosts. A lot of them.
But 13 Ghosts wasn't very good.
No, 13 Ghosts wasn't very good, but-
Looney Tunes. I love the Looney Tunes, and Looney Tunes basically was the first time I heard like real like classical music was an opera.
I can't
Was in Looney
contest
Tunes.
this one.
It is hands down. It's still the funniest cartoons for me are the Looney Tunes.
I agree.
Garfield
I will
Holiday
say
Special.
though, that new like Looney Tunes one that they did a couple years back.
I don't mind it. It's
no,
okay.
No,
It's-
I'm not saying it's bad. The one where like Daffy and Bugs live together was really fun.
Yeah, I love that one.
It's not obviously as good as the original, but
No,
it is
but it was
still
fun.
really fun.
Muffet Babies is one of the most like catchable like it's
Baby,
songs.
you can hardly hear the scream. Muffet babies.
Hey, the new one where they were kids. Which one's that?
I think I remember this one.
You're not talking about Tiny Toons, are you? Tiny Toons is excellent.
No, I think there actually is one where they're actually kids. I haven't seen, I own it, but I don't know if I've seen a lot of it. Tiny Toons was actually awesome. That's like the next generation of Looney Tunes. And
Also,
which also is going to
weird
get to my
fact.
next choice actually. But
Weird
go on.
fact, I used to eat Tiny Toons gummies and they were delicious as a child. One of my earliest memories is us going to the arcade back in like my hometown and me eating.
Somebody just said I can't say it, but somebody just said my next choice. But you go.
Oh, me? Okay. I'm actually gonna bring up a completely different style of animation out of nowhere.
Talk to you later, Jason. Really glad to see you back here.
Bye, Jason. I don't know if it like, no, okay, because it later gets, okay. There's this show. It's Japanese. It's like animated. In the earlier times, it's a lot of stiller frames, but like later episodes, like as it goes on, it gets more animated. So it is animation. Yamishi Bai.
Yeah, I was supposed to check your
It's so good. It tells like 5-minute horror stories.
I can't
like
stress this
Japanese
enough.
ones.
A lot of people come here for horror. If you want like good, fun, freaky horror, watch Yumishi Bai.
Yeah,
You
no,
can
absolutely.
find it on Crunchyroll. like I've said before, horror doesn't scare me. There are a couple good episodes of Yumishi Bai
Yeah.
that really get you.
Yeah. Like it's good. It's really good.
Particularly stuff like The Contradiction and
Was the Tormentor?
The Tormentor
Oh,
are
that
so good.
scared. Oh my god, it's so unsettling.
Oh, we're talking about
show
this
called-
was Wes's choice, and it's great because we both watched it together.
Yumishi
Bai.
Bai.
It is a Japanese horror anime. It's done in a. Well, it is an anime.
It's animated, but it's not anime style.
And it's on Crunchyroll, the streaming service Crunchyroll.
Quite a lot of anime is referred to as like Japanese animation. So.
Yeah.
It's on Crunchyroll. It's great. Season 5 or 6 is going on right now. We have to watch it.
We do.
But like the first couple seasons are excellent.
Absolutely amazing.
And it's got a really good ending theme. There seems to be, you might notice later on, there seems to be an overarching story.
How to spell it? Kalasas, do you know how to spell it?
YAM. You know, I'm gonna put it in the comments.
Oh, hey, look at that.
I'm gonna just, my phone's on 6%, but I'm gonna open it up, put it in the comments. Hold on. Wait.
What's your next one?
The next one is it's a wonderful question because
Death Note is cool.
I got sidetracked. I guess like everybody's been. Let me think.
I'm ready with mine.
You know what?
Does this look right to you?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled.
Okay.
The New Adventures of He-Man. Not the original He-Man, but the New Adventures of He-Man was an excellent show.
Oh, cool.
Everybody should check it out. Skeletor is
There we
really
go.
cool in it.
Yumishi Bai.
Skeletor is insanely cool in it. The redesigns are nice. New Adventures of He-Man was a great show.
Hard to find, too, actually.
Yeah.
Even in the new set I got, they actually don't have the complete
I
series.
think, I do have it back at Mom's house.
I was a big fan of, and my next one is Animaniacs. Somebody actually said it here not that long ago. And it was one of the first ones I was going to mention. Animaniacs was one of my favorite cartoons of all time. And it spun off Pinky and the Brain, which was also amazing.
Hello, Nick.
I wasn't as big on Pinky and the Brain and Amara, but just wanted to watch the original He-Man in Spanish where they were so matched. I love, and I'm going to get to, that's actually you're getting to my next one. But Animaniacs, if you haven't seen it, it's brilliant writing, brilliant animation. And it is like slapstick, it is screwball comedy. And that's what I was missing for years. Here you go.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about the fingerprints on Animaniacs. Like, fingerprints, and like, I don't think so. Hold on, I have a list. Let me open the list again. Okay, I'm gonna go with Rick and Morty on the next one, I think. I love it.
I
just love it.
It is one of the better animated shows right now.
Yeah,
it's just
fun.
Great. It's just great.
It's
I
a
love
fun,
it.
funny one.
I don't think anybody here is going to say The Simpsons.
Nobody's gonna say Simpsons. Even when Simpsons was popular, I was never blown away by The Simpsons. I guess it's my turn.
It's your turn.
God, I just had one. What was it? Oh yeah, you said that
It did push the envelope,
Animaniacs spin-offs. It did. It was great. And one of those was Freakazoid. There has never been a Creeper TV show. You only get to see Creeper in one episode of
I like BoJack.
Batman the Animated Series. I love the comic book character.
Hey, Maxwell, how's it going?
And so did the people who made Animaniacs. So they made the character Freakazoid, who's literally just the Creeper. And they made a show, and they did great. And it was very much the 90s comic series.
So I'm saying today, like in movies, it's not drawn, but it's computer made. I agree with that. I think that computer made animation can be a little bit lazy. Also, favorite animation
Computer animation is not lazy. It takes so much work to put into that.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of the really bad?
I've done computer animation. I had a unit entirely dedicated to animation.
There's a lot of really good
school,
computer
in my
animation.
contact class.
But there's also a lot of really bad.
once
When
again,
computer
this goes-
animation is really bad, it's really, really bad.
It can be bad.
There's actually some really good
too.
episodes of
Yeah, you can't really
of
recommend
Obscura Lupa
There's
that actually
literally a
talks
whole
about
blog
some
page
like
dedicated to the hand-drawn Scooby-Doo mistakes.
Like,
From
Here's
the
the-
Hey Andy, how's it going?
they're all bad, they're all good. I like all different animation stuff.
Me too.
When it comes down to it,
You
no
can't-
animation style is less valid than another. because there
Preach it.
there are bad examples of all things, or good examples of all things, and like right now, a lot of people don't like 3D. There's a lot of good 3D. Like, just look at a lot of what Disney does right now with its 3D, Disney and Pixar. It can go a lot of ways. There are a lot of bad, there's a lot of good, and it's all about furthering the craft and seeing those good stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like, for me, and I've been very blunt about this. I don't think that I love, and I do love Pixar, though I do think Cars has some lazy animation in it. I do.
Cars, yeah.
I think it's some of their worst animated stuff, and it's the worst written stuff.
Cars
But
is bad.
Oh my god, what about the one like Planes, isn't it?
that's
Yeah,
that's a different company altogether. Did they do Planes
I
too?
think they might have done
Oh my
something.
god. But no, Pinocchio,
Pinocchio.
Dumbo, Snow White, amazing.
Are we bringing it up?
Amazing. It is the best Disney and animation. I love the Mutant Ninja Teen Ninja Turtles. In a second, and even back then, when you're talking about like going in like you guys are talking about changing up the style, Disney did that actually with Sleeping Beauty. They really kind of like pushed the envelope and went with the kind of different like animation style with a very different animation style with Sleeping Beauty, a very experimental one. Alice in Wonderland's a great one too. A lot of I do think that the early, like, me and Wes had like an argument about the early Disney animation. Oh, okay.
Ciao.
So talk to you later, Carlos. Have a great evening. But I do think that the early Disney animation completely, it is the heights of like, in my opinion, of like the early Disney animation is amazing. Snow
good,
White to
yeah.
this day is still it's a masterclass. So when you look at Pinocchio, you look at Snow White, and you're looking at the scenes on like in the whale or on the on the island, the Pleasure Island type thing, whatever it was called, and
They're good. They're great.
the sequence with the witch, like
I have a better
the
one.
running up the going up the mountain. You're gonna go with a newer one?
I have a better one that is newer.
Let's go for it.
Ghibli. Studio Ghibli.
That's not Disney.
No,
That was
you're
Bob,
saying
but-
it's a mastercraft of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm saying there is a better thing. When I think of like absolutely perfect animation, Ghibli.
Yeah,
Studio
I think,
Ghibli.
I think Japan does better in general.
Well,
animation.
actually, yeah. To be honest,
Well,
that's why I didn't want to bring anime into it.
I kind of do think it's a different style, but
It's a different style, but
some of the stuff you're talking about, the Ghibli is like early is not. They're not like newer stuff like a
they're
lot
not
of them.
new,
Or like when
but like they are newer,
newer.
and even the
Er.
newer stuff is
But-
excellent.
Wait. Did we move on to movies? I thought we were just doing TV shows.
We're just doing TV shows.
We're just doing TV shows.
But I just actually, no, I just brought that up because I just thought somebody actually mentioned some animation. I think I missed something when I said.
But
Did I miss a comment?
I
don't
don't
know.
know because I was like thinking about Studio Ghibli.
Snow White got me interested in horror. Yeah, actually, Snow White got a lot of people interested in horror. There wouldn't be a Suspiria today if there wasn't Snow White. Yeah, I don't think anybody here is going to like dispute like Ghibli's like stamp on animation, but I don't think anybody here can dispute Disney's. And
No.
I don't think that, and I don't think that and I think if you ask the animators at places like Studio Ghibli, don't do that. If you're being racist or anything in my in my thread, you're going. Just to let you know.
Yeah, it's a staple in everybody's childhood. I will say, like, it definitely inspired a lot of stuff, including like Ghibli. I just think Ghibli did do it better.
Fantasia.
Fantasia's great.
The incredible the Bald Mountain sequence is amazing. I did like the Fantasia 2000. A lot of people did. I like that myself.
Is that the one that sounds like classical music?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember 2000. So
Love those. It shows on my music class. With the whales.
did you do a TV one?
What?
It was your turn. Did you do anything from TV, or did you just talk about Disney movies?
No, I did Animaniacs, and then you did one.
And then I said Freakazoid. And
Your
then-
Freak Side. Oh, then I was actually answering something that was on the screen there. But if
It was like a lull in the conversation. I was like, it's not Wes's turn.
we're not going to have an argument here. So stop it now. But ooh, She-Ra. I like He-Man and She-Ra, but I'm gonna go.
It's my favorite.
I think that He-Man was incredible. Did great. I think that any mistakes that were made in He-Man just got fixed up in She-Ra.
Yeah, She-Ra is absolutely amazing. She's great. I'm very much looking forward to the new She-Ra.
You want to look back the comments there for me?
About what?
Let me do it.
No, I know what it is.
Okay. I'm looking forward to the new She-Ra. Like, very much so.
I haven't seen any of that one. The Tale of Princess Kazuya, the Prince in the new Ghibli one.
Yeah.
Do you know? I'll totally pronounce it wrong. You
I
pronounce it
think
right.
that's... Let me see.
What?
Kaguya, yeah.
I know how to pronounce Japanese. I studied Japanese before you did.
I know. I just studied them more.
I said mine.
Do we have to do the...
We're back to West, and West was...
It's your turn, Ashley.
What? Oh, is it? Okay. I'm gonna bring in... I was originally gonna go with Death Note, but somebody said it in the comments, so I was like, no. So I'm gonna go with Ouran High School Host Club. Because... it's good. Like, it's just...
Am I missing some stuff in there?
no, it's...
no,
well,
it's just...
it's forget about it. Ouran High School Host Club, like, it's a shoujo anime. But it's just so good. Like, it's just so good.
It's just so... You know what? You just gave me mine. Because I haven't said any real anime, per se. Because everybody said an anime. Pop Team Epic. It's a new anime. It came out really recently. Great animation. Great theme song. Absolutely hilarious. If you love referential humor, it is amazing. There's references to everything from, like, Skyrim to Your Name to literally Chrono Trigger. Like, one of them's referencing, like, a minor side quest in Chrono Trigger. There's so much, and most of what I just said was in the first episode. It is absolutely excellent. There's one entire episode that is just a comedic retelling of Battles Without Honor and Humanity. And it is an excellent show. It's also an excellent manga, so read it as well.
I mean, it's not cool. I'll throw out an anime. Go old school on you guys. But first, I'll give you one that my better half, Lind. I still love that, Lind. My better half, Lind, would say Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop's
I was
great.
thinking about that earlier, actually.
And that would have been one of hers that she'd put in here. She was in here right now. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of the original.
What do you
You're
say?
gonna have to...
You have to be
give us
specific, because your big
something.
thing is Robotech, and you've already said it.
Astro Boy.
Oh, yeah, okay. You could have said Speed
Late high
Racing there for
school.
a while.
No, Spirit. No, but no, I really did like Astro Boy. I grew up watching Astro Boy. They showed a lot of basically, and when I was in college too, they show Astro Boy in the mornings, every morning. King Hill. I remember King Hill actually.
I'm a huge fan.
I like the early stuff especially. I like Bobby. Bobby was
I liked a bit of it.
Bobby was King Hill was
that was the kid,
way
right?
better than like some anime, but I don't know a lot. That's fine. They know a lot more of the anime stuff, Sophie, than I would.
We really don't know.
Wes knows more than I do a little bit.
Not really. I'm not
Here's the thing,
huge on anime.
like,
it's just a couple.
When people hear, like, oh, you like Asian stuff, you must know a lot of animes. No, I like Asian horror movies, culture, TV,
Okay, we're gonna do one more,
language,
and it has to be,
anime,
and it's non-anime. So one
hey,
more.
I've only used one anime. It's you two who have been like, oh,
Actually,
let me just
I
go
used
here.
2. Your turn.
What? Oh, hold on. Let me get my
It's
list
gonna
up.
be a non-anime.
A non-anime one?
Yeah.
Okay, the only one I have notes that's not anime because I totally blanked out earlier and I just kept writing them down because I kept forgetting about them. Adventure Time. Okay, listen. I like the earlier things in Adventure Time. I don't like as it got, like, further on. But the earlier things in Adventure
It
Time was
made
really
me
fun.
angry later on when he lost his arm and then he got his. There wasn't. There was a lot of stepping back in character development. It made me angry, and I didn't end up watching after that.
Yeah, that was like I got like a first little while.
Oh,
Like
Step
after
showed on the
that,
Oscars
I
first time.
stopped
Really?
watching.
Which gives me mine, which I'll super recommend to anyone. Steven Universe. I absolutely love Steven Universe. You mentioned that you had a hard time watching it a bit, Dad. The first season is a little bit harder to get into because there's no real direction. The moment season 1 ends, everything becomes a great... It kind of like reminds me of Superboy in that way, the live-action series. The moment season 1 ends, everything starts to make sense and becomes absolutely great. It's very nice. It's very, like... It's pioneered a lot of stuff. The first lesbian wedding in a kids show.
Wow.
Yeah. It involved, like, there was a lot of good stuff in that show. I've actually sent, like, I've sent episodes to people, to friends of mine who have actually come back and thanked me for sending specific episodes, because some of them deal with things like anxiety and, like,
really cool.
depression and stuff like that. And it's really good. There's songs in it specifically that I will use if I'm ever feeling like down, that really like just get to the heart of things. And I haven't watched the recent episodes, but I really do need to, because it's still really, everything I've heard has been really, really good. And everything I saw was really, really good. It takes a little while to get into with season 1, but episodes are short, so it's not too hard to get into. The moment you learn about Ruby and Sapphire is where everything starts to come up and just connect in a beautiful way. I'm done. I'm done. Like, it's good.
Wow.
I'm expecting you to say something now.
Actually, I really like that one. We Bare Bears? I don't know that, actually.
I've heard it. I've heard of it. I've seen
Is
a
that the
couple
one
clips.
with the 3 bears?
Yeah.
Ah, I love the clips I've seen. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
The Flintstones.
Okay.
I love the Flintstones. It was like it's the first real animated series long before there was Family Guy, or long before there was Simpsons.
good.
The Flintstones was just, it lasted 6 seasons, just the right period of time. It was the first like animated series to come on at night. I used to watch it every day around like 4:30 after I got out of school, and it just I was a huge Flintstones fan. And someone else Sophie likes it too.
When you bring up the Flintstones, you also got to bring up the Jetsons.
Yeah, it's almost like a complimentary show.
Yeah.
To be
They
honest.
really are. But I actually think the Flintstones had was more solid.
Oh, the Flintstones was better.
But the Jetsons was good, but the Jetsons really seemed like just a take. Some episodes just seemed like they were doing some Flintstones episodes over again.
Yeah, just like future Flintstones.
Yeah.
But that being said, I do love the Jetsons too. I like both of them. A lot of people will grab one over the other, but the Flintstones is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's just amazing.
I can
The animation is it's very good for the day, of course.
I can still probably sit down and watch them. Like a lot of those old shows, I'm like I really like them, but I can't really watch them anymore because I'm very focused on like getting something.
Yogi
from
Bear I
it,
loved.
but
Yogi Bear is one of the first I ever saw.
I
What
could
your father
still
gives on.
watch-
So I remember that.
I could still watch the Flintstones. I think, like go back and sit down and be like, yeah, I'll watch a couple of those Flintstones.
They did some cool stuff. Yeah, like that was the first one put like real like stars in there, and like put like Anne Marg, Rock, of course, and Rock, Hudson, that type of stuff.
They did the rock joke a lot.
I
Yeah.
just thought of one that I didn't mention. I should
Oh,
have
it's
mentioned.
too late now.
No, you can still mention that.
Okay.
No, I'm
I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm just gonna mention. Rocking Bullwinkle was good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna mention what was it called?
The Fractured Fairytale was awesome in that.
Spies.
Totally Spies.
Totally
Yes,
Spies.
Totally Spies. Loved that. Loved it. Loved it.
Martin Mystery was good too.
It's Craig the Creek and Evangeline reference.
We can't go anymore. There's a couple more that I would mention. Like
Yeah, like the X-Men series from the 90s. Excellent.
there's not really an X-Men like series that I dislike.
Rock Hudson was one of my favorite actors of all time, and we're going to leave it at that. So, no talking about like negative things about like somebody's race or somebody's sexuality or anything like that. That's something that's not welcome That's it. Final word on that.
I don't think there's a bad X-Men series. Like, at all. Can anybody name a bad X-Men series?
I've
What
never
one?
seen any of the X-Men.
'Cause-
I saw the pilot from like an 80s X-Men show.
Oh, Kitty Pryde and the X-Men?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's alright. I forgot about that one. You're right. Every other one, though. X-Men Evolution, Wolverine the X-Men, the, like, old, like, 80s X-Men. All great shows. Every one of them. They're great in different ways. I actually, like, I thought about, I didn't really like...
Thanks, Sophie.
I didn't really like X-Men Evolution at first, but, like, thinking on it now, I actually like...
No, you're right. There's a director one.
I actually do like the whole high school setting of X-Men Evolution.
Yeah, actually, I was recently at the flea market. They had like the complete X-Men Evolution there, and I thought about picking it up. Remember, I'm actually not going this week. I'm actually going to take a week off from the flea market.
Yeah.
Just like relax a bit at home and stuff. So
We got a pool. We can do that.
yeah, we do have a pool. We can actually relax in the pool. So we bought a pool this week actually.
But, like...
And Evangeline has some superb animation clips.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that one.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of... The animation is great. I'm not a fan of the story. It's
X-Men
a bit
Evolution was good.
too depressing and nihilistic for me. I don't know. I can get into darker things. I just don't like... Literally, without really spoiling anything, the original Evangelion, like the actual animated series, ends with someone being like, "So my life is worthless," and then them seeing everyone in their life clapping and congratulations that they learned that their life was worthless. Or the true ending of the movie, where I don't want to say it, but primordial soup, just primordial soup, and jacking off on your friend. What a great protagonist that was. Then trying to strangle her, and just getting slapped to the ground because you're a terrible... That was just such a sad, nihilistic thing. Animation-wise, though, you can never discredit the action of that series, and I don't know, I haven't seen the movies, so the movies might be much better. And you know what? I like Shin Godzilla, which was made by the guy who did Evangelion, so... Though
Sure.
it was very Evangelion, Shin Godzilla was, to the point where you get to the end of Shin Godzilla, and there's skeleton, like, zombie Godzilla people, and it's really weird. I'm done talking about Evangelion. I don't like it, but the animation, I will say, is amazing.
I don't know that. If I was going to talk any more with that style of stuff, I like a different style. We got here. Interpretation of the TV show's ending accurate. I meant, and I like the. I don't know. You know, are there any like runners up? Ram and a half, I guess. I
mean, I guess for like runners up, when they say runners up, like.
Oh my
whoa.
god! Phone, stop! Don't open apps without my permission.
I don't know.
South Park. They're especially some of the later years. I got to say, that's been concrete meant. Your pool, by the way. Oh no, it's above it's an above ground pool.
Yeah.
We have a concrete pool in Morocco, but not here.
Yeah, concrete would take too much time, anyways.
Yeah.
It's already taken so much to fill up this one.
Daria is coming back actually. I'm kind of curious to see what they do with Daria.
Honorable mentions: Fairly Odd Parents, early seasons of Family Guy. What's that show?
Oh, just so
with the boy, and he's go like, and there's he goes through time. He beats the boy, goes through time, and it's Bender and the Futurama. That's the show.
Futurama.
Just so I can like stick it to Dad for not mentioning this one. Princess Amethyst. Amethyst in the.
They did a cartoon, the Jam World one.
Yeah,
Haven't seen it.
World.
Haven't seen it. I used to read the comic book though.
There was it wasn't a long running one. It was a mini series, but it was absolutely excellent, and I know you like that. So haha, stuck in the teeth. And Dragon Ball GT. I was never huge. Z aggravates me, but I like GT a lot.
Dragon Ball Z.
Z's
I like
good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, absolutely excellent. Check that out. I don't know, other
Any like other superhero ones that we should
any
know?
other superhero ones that we should mention. I feel like there is. I just can't place it.
I bet there's a lot we're
Oh,
forgetting.
Justice League, not Justice League.
Right, we spoke about.
Avengers. Avengers is what I'm thinking of. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
I'm sure it's not those tank-looking Avengers. The what was the name of that show?
What?
The superhero show or superhero squad or
Oh,
something like
the Marvel Superhero Squad. No. Earth's Mightiest Heroes and the other Avengers one, World's Greatest, I think it was.
That's crazy. I didn't watch them.
There was two Avengers series and they were both
Do you remember the
great.
Gilligan's Island cartoon? Yeah, they actually showed Gilligan's Planet or something like that. There was like an ABC cartoon movie that used to come on a pretty much on a weekly basis. They'd show a different one, and Gilligan's Island or Gilligan's Planet I think was one of the ones they showed there. I think Gilligan's Planet actually became a series, but I do remember the Gilligan's Island cartoon. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's a bug bite.
and of course the Happy Days cartoon and Laverne and Shirley one as well.
It's great. Look at mine. I don't remember what mine is.
You wanna know why? Because I didn't scratch my vocal.
Bobby's World. I loved Bobby's World. It had a great trippy
good.
sound.
You know what had the most greatest animation
That's fair.
of everything ever?
X-Factor. I don't have that one. I got the series though.
Angela Anaconda.
Oh, that was so bad.
That was the worst thing
Worst
ever.
animation I've ever seen is Angela
That
Anaconda.
was terrible.
Yeah, I think you'd agree with that. That is probably
Yeah,
the
right.
worst animation I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Some of the voice acting was,
I still
Cringeworthy
like it,
as well.
though. It's like nostalgia for me.
you know, when you were really young when you watched that.
I know, but I still liked it. I liked
And I think you watched it because you watched it, I think, right?
No, I hated it.
Peppa Pig. Well, that's for
Yeah.
younger kids though, right? Really, it's like, but it's not good.
Ooh, you know what was good?
The little girl's
What's that
obsessed with
one?
Peppa Pig, really?
With the bunny, Miffy.
Miffy.
Sweet little bunny. I loved Miffy so much. She reminded me of Hello Kitty.
Yeah. Hello Kitty's also great.
Watch
Hello
Angela Anaconda.
Kitty,
Yeah, it is nightmarish.
Paradise.
And George, hey guys, and George was curious.
Curious George.
Max and Ruby.
I actually love Max and
George.
Max
Ruby.
and Ruby was so good.
George Shrinks.
Oh yeah, that was a cool show. And that had kind of a good, cool, like kind of jazzy, like
Yeah,
tune
just
for
I
the.
think some of these are like now getting into like Canadian like.
Yeah, we got some Canadiana stuff here. If you guys know this stuff or not, George Shrinks actually got a really cool. Look it up. George Shrinks has kind of like a
Is
jazzy
that
little
Canadian?
tune.
Yeah.
Barbara's Canadian. Yeah,
Babar.
Uh,
I remember it was really boring.
One, the pedal car, really?
Ooh, Little Bear. Little Bear.
I think he ate the girl. She disappeared from the show for after a while.
Little
so
Bear was
I'm
cool.
saying he ate the girl.
Yeah.
Winnie the
Little Bear
Pooh.
was great.
Winnie the Pooh is cool. This isn't gonna be a well-known one at all, but I
Barbara.
used to watch Mona the Vampire every morning before
I remember that.
school,
Yeah, that wasn't
as
bad.
well as Seven Little Monsters. Those were like fun ones from my
Alvin
childhood.
and Chipmunks. I remember Bear in the Big Blue House. They used to watch that
Of
one.
course.
And
I
Bananas
had a
in
crush
Pajamas
on
too.
Shadow for a long time.
But a cute little fact about Babar, guys, is the voice of the adult Babar is actually done by a very famous like Newfoundland actor.
Is it Gordon Pinson?
It is Gordon Pinson.
Oh.
So Newfoundland actor who actually, when he was making
Represent.
The Rowdy Man, which was his first kind of his breakthrough movie that he did, he made on his own. He was actually staying at my grandmother's pad at the time.
Yeah,
Cool.
he was cool.
Was my favorite non-Disney animated movie. I don't know. Iron Giant's definitely up there. I really liked Iron Giant.
Oh my god, that was such a good movie.
I can say
It made me
two.
cry.
Do you have any ones before I go? on?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Kiki's Delivery Service.
Great one.
Totoro.
You watched that so many times.
Totoro is amazing. Also, Summer Wars, which was
Rocky
the more
Mountain.
recent one I watched.
American Tail. I loved American Tail when I was growing up. Chick Run's Not on Blue? That's surprising, actually. Because that's one of
Wallace
the
and
new ones.
Gromit.
Who?
Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, yeah, I used to like those.
Wallace and Gromit are excellent.
But yeah, and one of the really cool
Summer Wars
Land
is
Before Time.
absolutely
Yeah,
excellent.
there's 14 Land Before
Oh,
Time
yeah.
movies, at least right now, I think. But the original was really good.
Yeah, the original good.
Oh, that. I'm thinking about the movie song now.
Oh, I can't believe Shaun the Sheep. I haven't seen Shaun the Sheep yet. Is it really boring?
I haven't seen it either.
Wait,
I-
that's the one with the it was like 3D animated, looked like kind of like clay, and it was like a,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
I
exact same
love
style
that.
as Wallace and Gromit.
wait.
I didn't see the movie. We own it, actually. We bought it for like $1.
Yes.
But I love
What
the
was
original cartoon.
Yes. the cat and the mailman one.
I'm going to mention a cartoon here that animated one to stick it back to Mimi, that because Mimi didn't mention this one. Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh yeah.
Incredible Batman film, did show in theaters.
Oh, you gonna swap back at me? Well, guess what? This one isn't a movie.
Postman Pat. That's what I
Postman
was
Pat.
thinking of.
Postman Pat.
But,
Postman Pat.
Pat and his black and white.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
a show that we didn't mention, but we should have. But I see it right up there. Batman Beyond. Absolutely
show.
excellent. If you want an animated movie,
Static Shock was good too.
Static Shock was pretty good. You want another animated movie that's real good? Wreck-It Ralph was great.
That was good.
And
Moana.
if I wanted to like go for a animated Batman movie, I love Batman Under the Red Hood. Excellent animated movie. Also, Superman Doomsday is excellent as well.
The Aardman
And-
documentary.
which is why
I don't think I have actually. I've got to watch that.
Confused is why they're doing a new Death of Superman one when they've already done a Death of Superman one like 10 years ago.
Yeah, Moan is Disney though. We're going stuff that's not Disney. Remember?
Yeah, but what about Wreck-It Ralph? Isn't that Disney?
Wreck-It Ralph is Disney.
Yeah, okay.
I
that's
forgot-
Why that's why I brought him Moana. Because
You're right.
I thought we
I
had...
slipped for a second and
Okay.
said a Disney one.
But it's worth watching. It's on yeah, if it's on Netflix, I'll definitely check it out. I'll probably buy it if it's one of those two. If I really like it, I end up buying them. I remember when I saw the King of Kong first. I watched it maybe 3 or 4 times, and then I bought it because I just knew I was going to watch it over and over again. Just a really good documentary. You guys have seen that, right?
Which one?
King of Kong.
I think I have. It's been a long time though.
Arthur's good. Oh yeah, actually Arthur is pretty good.
Ah,
Actually, there was a spin-off series called Buster Bunny, and Buster Bunny actually had like the two moms episode.
Yeah. Which is great.
Some idiots got a
As
didn't
they
like it,
always
but
do.
Timothy Goes to School.
Time to Go School is incredible.
Yeah.
He has a lot of great animated movies. I didn't like Dark Knight Returns, the film. Honestly,
I didn't like it because of the source material. So I
but I'm not a
never
big
really
fan
did.
of Dark Knight Returns, so that's probably the reason why.
Yeah.
Though I am a huge fan of The Killing Joke,
They're doing a
and
Batman.
that really sucked.
Yeah,
that was
really
probably
bad.
one of the worst animated DC films that I've ever
I am
seen.
hopeful because they announced a Batman Hush one.
Keep Bruce Timm the hell away from it.
Yeah. Batman Hush I would love. They should really do an animated version or just a live action version because this is just the best Batman story period of The Long Halloween.
Ooh,
The Long Halloween.
I'd rather see it animated actually. It's too big for live action.
I think it could be done. I don't know if it could be done by the current state of DC because it's
God no.
But I think.
Though I did like we should talk about the let's just talk about the trailers that we saw that dropped tonight.
Oh yeah.
Since
watch trailers.
Actually, let's get into that. We'll
It's
gonna
probably a good idea considering the fact that at this point we're literally just saying animated shows names and being like, oh, remember that?
Yeah, we're gonna bore the hell out of people. The trailer for Aquaman dropped today from San Diego Comic Con. It looks really good actually.
It's really
It does look
I
like a
was
spread, like
super surprised. The Buster spinoff. Only saw a little of it. It got taken off because of but it shouldn't have. It was a really great show.
It was a good show.
But yeah. So if you guys seen the Aquaman trailer yet, it's really freaking cool. There's
I
actually
was
some.
surprised by how much stuff was in it. Like, I knew that the main bad guy was gonna be Ocean Master,
Yeah.
but we do get to see a look at
Real
Black
Defense
Manta.
Aquaman. I thought it looked good, Polly. Actually, Black Man. The Trench was there as well.
The Trench was also there, which looks great on the big screen.
And the look of of Atlantis.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh my God, that was visually amazing. That was stunning. There were 2 other trailers that dropped today too.
Yes, there was. There was. I'll just go for the other DC one because it's like a good fitting side. Shazam.
And Shazam looks amazing.
Yeah,
After
Shazam
one,
is so
I think
fun.
I was worried about Shazam a little bit. I didn't worry about the guy that played Chuck playing Shazam. I kind of
Next April.
thought he was a good pick, because he's got that kind of young aspect to him.
The next week in Aquaman
so
and April is-
he never bothered me. I wasn't sure. I hadn't seen any of the other casts. I didn't really know a lot about it. Is that Mark Strong as Dr. Savannah, by the way?
I think so, yeah. But I absolutely love it. It's going to be so different for the for the universe to be fun, like not just fun, because like Aquaman looks fun too, but just
Sorry.
but just straight up fun.
I like
fun.
James Wan actually.
Like just like silly and goofy. I keep like looking at Wes and saying like mentioned the end of the trailer with the like, sorry about your window, but you're welcome about the not being robbed thing. Hey, what's up? I'm a superhero. It's just it's fun. And
Shazam looks fun. Yes, it is.
What is his name? Zachary Levi? No. Oh my God. The
Yeah.
guy playing.
Zachary Levi.
Okay, so I was right the first time.
Yeah.
Zachary Levi does a perfect Shazam. He looks. I was worried at first because I remembered Chuck, and I was like, I don't know if that guy can be like Shazam.
But he
no,
does.
He
He
looks
does it.
the part. He absolutely looks the part, and he does great. He has that like, the way they showed in Young Justice, the charming like is a big superhero but is still a kid.
He's not Tom Tyler, but I like him anyway.
Like gunning down people with a machine gun.
That was awesome. We watched the first episode of Captain Marvel, Adventure Captain Marvel, with like the cereal, and in the first episode, he grabs up this big like kind of Gatling machine gun, and these villains are kind of like running away, and he like shoots them in the back. Awesomeness. We gotta watch. We gotta watch the second episode.
We saw that trailer. That was
Maybe
just
that
the
time will
entire
crush
movie,
ahead.
too.
Oh, we did see that trailer. That was just the entire movie, The Little Mermaid. I wasn't a fan.
Me neither.
No, I
Actually.
didn't like it either.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
a live action Little Mermaid.
We
This
don't
could
even
be
need to
good.
see-
However,
We
Godzilla,
saw
King of the
the whole
Monsters.
thing in the trailer.
Godzilla King of Monsters. I'm a huge kaiju fan, and there's so much kaiju.
New show looks too hard and it's taking itself too seriously. You think?
I don't
I'll
agree.
wait to see. I actually do like what I've seen so far of it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get like every show. I give it a couple episodes to see how it turns out. I
I've
do like
reread,
the
like-
take on Robin. It's probably
I should know. I've actually reread like the new Teen Titans, like the original Marvel from New Teen Titans stuff, within the last year. It basically is the same tone. It's basically the same thing.
you mean the George Press stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's very much the same stuff. Everybody's like on edge. Everybody's like, remember they're teenagers.
Titans was a soap opera. Titans really did that. I mean, like
Everybody was pissy all the time. Kid Flash was like, no, we gotta trust Raven. Raven's awesome. Dick was always trying to get control of stuff. Cyborg was always quick to anger. So was Donna Troy. It was
it's Cyborg in the TV show.
he
'Cause
is
of- 'cause of
going
the
to be in
feature
Doom
films.
Patrol show. He's gonna be introduced in Doom Patrol, and
There's a
whereas-
Doom Patrol TV show,
Doom Patrol's gonna be a TV show.
live action or animation.
Live action. It's gonna be sort of a spin-off of Titans, which is gonna be interesting.
Oh, Casper! I know the show you're talking about. Actually, Casper Van Dien was in that one. There was like the guy. I think there was one of the actors Eastbound General Hospital was in that show Titans. But
Back to Godzilla though. Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan. More importantly, King Ghidorah, and not just some like whiny Hollywood eyes King Ghidorah, like the three-headed dragon that shoots lightning out of his mouth, King Ghidorah.
hopefully it'll be awesome. It looks awesome.
I liked the original.
Hey, Mr. Crazy Nightmare.
I liked Godzilla.
Pretty good so far.
From a couple of years ago, the legendary movie. I thought it was fun, but the only thing I thought about was like, oh man, these like them fighting the Mutos is fine, and they're cool new design monsters.
King
I
Kong
would
was
love
better.
to
Kong
see-
Skull Island was a better movie than
Yeah, it
Godzilla.
was a better movie, but I did like Godzilla, and I was just like, I want to see more monster brawling, and I want to see more of my favorite monsters.
Then you should watch Kong.
And instead of
Skull.
introducing them one at a time, we are getting pretty much the movie King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, or Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters.
Well, they're setting up for the Glass. Oh, actually, Glass dropped as well. And
I love
Hype about it.
I love Shin Godzilla. I really want a Kamada-kun plush. Kamada-kun is amazing.
Glass looked really good.
Glass did look great. I like those movies. M. Night Shyamalan is able to do apparently only one series very well, and it's sad.
That's not true. He did other good stuff. Did he do The Visit, or did he just produce it? Because The Visit
He
was
just
good.
produced it.
No, I think he directed The Visit.
I
That was his
don't know.
comeback, wasn't it?
I don't know. He might have actually. I don't remember. I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, you should see that.
Maybe.
Uh,
I
yeah.
saw Split specifically because it looked interesting.
What was your favorite of the trailers, Wes? But they always got humans in, like Jesse in the Godzilla movies. And luckily, think of it this way: there's no Kennys. There's no Kennys in these Godzilla ones. So
So,
I was kind
someone,
of Shazam, honestly. I was like,
someone mentioned Shin Godzilla
Shazam?
there. There were way more humans in Shin Godzilla because there was way more humans in the original Godzilla. Godzilla in itself is more of like a force of nature. This one, he's more in like the American ones now. He's more of a protector, like he was in certain like later Godzillas. But yeah,
it's been a long time since I've seen Lane actually.
there's always been a lot of people in Godzilla, because like as much as it is fun to see like the monsters fighting, the original premise was more what would it be like if giant monsters were destroying.
Oh, midnight here. Cannot wait to see you again, Sophie. Have a great evening, and hope your little one has sleeps well.
good night.
No. Ciao. Yeah. Was there any other trailers? Young Justice trailer. Looks
That was
great.
really good. I didn't see all of it you guys did.
Super hype about that.
Very hype. We're gonna watch the first 2 seasons again
Yes.
because it was absolutely excellent. I'm very excited about that.
The most amazing.
Well, you should watch first, though, more episodes of Max Fleischer's Superman.
There was apparently, it's not shown to the public yet, but there was another Venom trailer.
Oh, I love that Venom.
They
Trailer I saw.
introduced who the main bad guy is in it. Riot.
Who's playing Riot?
Well, Riot's a symbiote, so.
Yeah, but somebody's
But
playing it.
they've actually got, no. Here's the thing. They've actually got a bit of a twist on Riot, where he body jumps a lot.
So it's not Matthew McConaughey. He's like in this.
No.
Is he playing
Big
Carnage for real?
rumors are that he's going to be Carnage, which would make a lot of sense.
McConaughey is amazing, so
I
I can
mean,
say that.
The moment he was like, "Hey, McConaughey, like very known, like Western, like more like down south sounding like sort of guy, I'm gonna be in the next movie." I was like, who do I know who's like the down south Texan like character who's related to Venom? Oh yeah, Cletus Cassidy.
So we did almost 2 hours here.
Yeah.
And with this, we got to say, say goodnight.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch a little bit of TV before I go to bed tonight, actually, because I got to work tomorrow.
I'm
And
not tired yet, honestly, but I do want to go eat. I'm really hungry.
I need a drink.
and I apparently have to go look over my my comment section. Because negativity doesn't stay. So, guys, with that, have a great evening.
Dad's phone locked, and I like at the beginning of the stream. I
me
just
just
don't know the code. And
Oh, thanks, Polly. I really enjoyed it, and I hope to see you here next time. And
bye.
We'll all see you soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully with more news.
oh my God,
Monday is Marvel stuff, so you might see us sometime after there, depending upon what they announce. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, Marvel stuff. So we'll have some good stuff there. So praise the big disc.
There's a big disc. Invest.
Polly
in
beat you.
Laserdisc.
And for me, as always, it's time for tea. It really is tonight.
Arrivederci.
Have a great evening, guys.
Praise the big disc.
Yeah.